Hello everybody and welcome to your daily reading. Well, daily. It's a reading for a new moon in Sagittarius, which is on the 7th of December 2018. Here where I live, it's quite early in the morning at 8:20 a.m. So depending where you live, it can be later in the afternoon or sooner during the night. As you can see, the cards are already on the table because I was doing this reading in my native language first, so I already know what's going on. I'm using two decks today. The first one is beautiful, wonderful, and very specific Starman Tarot. I know there are mixed emotions about this deck. I have few doubts about the quality. You can see the coloration of the back differs from card to card, but overall it's very interesting and I find the book quite appealing. So I personally love it. It's kind of love it or hate it deck. And the other one is the more popular deck, which is called Modern Spellcasters, and I think people like it a lot. I find it quite different to read, quite difficult to read, but I'm getting more and more interested in this, and it's more and more fun. So as for this new moon, it is supposed to be a very invigorating one, I think. The sign of Sagittarius, it's fire burning during the night. As we all know, on a northern hemisphere, we're at the beginning of winter now, and the days are the shortest during the year, right in the season of Sagittarius and Capricorn. These are quite similar lengths of the day, so the nights are longest and darkest, and the days are shortest and also the darkest. But what's characteristic for the sign of Sagittarius is that there is inner flame burning, and it's all about this inner flame. And also I think it's about vitesse. Is that a word in English? I mean speed, being fast and acting on point. I think it can be a very transitional energy. It can just come and go very quickly. That's why I think we should focus on using it, because right at the bottom of the deck I had 8 of Wands, and it is a Sagittarius card. It's Mercury in Sagittarius. Mercury is in Scorpio now, and it's gonna leave retrograde movement exactly on the same day of the new moon. So you can feel great acceleration. Hi. Whoops. Sorry, my dogs are fighting. I don't know what's going on. You can see these wands starting right up to the sky with great speed and great energy. That's what you can feel during this day, this period, because new moons are stronger energies that last not only one day but a little bit more. Okay, and we have only major arcanas here in the middle. I'm going to show it to you. We have the Alien, which is the Hermit in this card. We have the Hierophant, and we also have the Temperance card, which is the card of Sagittarius in Tarot. This Temperance is quite different than in the usual decks. You don't see the matching and mixing here. It's rather about capturing the beauty of the moment here. That's a very short, like a snapshot of beauty that you can encounter, that you can notice and you can appreciate. It's a perfect balance that will very quickly turn into imbalance. But that's the beauty of life. This ever-changing equilibrium and going on and off of it. So that's the Temperance in this deck, and I think it's about recognizing the beauty of the world around you and being really able to catch it. But overall, this reading is very, very spiritual, which doesn't really surprise me, because Sagittarius is a sign of of spirituality, of spiritual development, getting to know new things, long journeys, finding answers on the other side of the world sometimes. That's why I think the alien appears here. The alien, so the hermit. And usually the hermit is about seeking answers within. So posing questions and seeking answers within. It's about finding this inner light that is always shining within us, whether we know it or not, whether we have found it already or not. It doesn't really matter. But here, I think this card is interesting because it trespasses the usual division between inner and outer world. Because the alien brings answers from far places, faraway places. But those faraway places might as well be places that we abandoned long ago, places that are really within us, but we weren't able to really attend to those places, or to feel the energy of these places because they were, for example, unpopular, or perhaps our society weren't really eager to accept those places. So it's it may be that you discover that you are the alien, and you know things you wouldn't really even thought of. You wouldn't suspect. You wouldn't really suspect that these answers are present within you. So sometimes it's about feeling desolated and alone in a society. But you may find that things that seemed strange and alien to you are really yours in their core. It's like you find that you are the one who placed this black slab, very mysterious object in the universe. So if you find yourself hiding in a cave for some time, now it's a beautiful time to go out and not only enjoy the light that you've found, but also bring it to the world, because the world is waiting for this light. The world wants to see the light. The world needs hope. And you may as well be a part of a greater movement bringing light to the world. Never forget about this, okay? I think it's also about your own way, your own spiritual path, and looking at it and appreciating it, perhaps evaluating it. It's a good time to take a look at this and see, does it serve me or do I serve it? And that's where we go to the next card, which is the Hierophant. And it's all about structure, hierarchy, and religion and faith that was brought upon you, that you were brought up with, for example. It's about your social structure and how it works. That's why it's important to really find out, to really look at this and ask yourself, do I want to be a part of it? Does it really bring goodness to the world? Does it really work towards highest good of the world? And if it does, am I engaged enough? If it doesn't, what am I doing here? Wasn't it time to quit long ago? Or perhaps now it's time to quit. Perhaps now it's time to join something else. There's beautiful movement trying to find answers how to save the earth from global warming and all kinds of problems that it brings upon us. So really in engaging in these kinds of structures, really use your discernment and what you have found out about yourself and about your attitude to the world and how do you perceive it. Because then it's genuine, and then it really has the power to change the world, people, and the fate. And capture this moment, because it won't last long. It's a very powerful energy, but it won't last long. Now is the time to look at your spiritual path. Okay? And now for the signs of zodiac, of course, I always recommend to check not only your sun sign, but also your rising sign, which is called ascendant, and other parts of your horoscope that may be important. You can check the link down below, enter your date and hour of birth, and then you will know not only where is your sun, but also where your ascendant is, where your Venus is placed, Mercury, Mars, and Moon. These are personal planets, and it's good to know where they are, and do they perhaps make a cluster in some other sign of zodiac that you wouldn't normally associate with yourself, because it may be the case that this sign of zodiac will vibrate more with your energy. All right? So let's start from Sagittarius. 8 of Pentacles for Sagittarius. Especially, usually this card talks about work, planned work, being prudent, because it's a Virgo energy, making little steps towards your goal. I feel that for you this month, it's very much about protection for what is dear to your heart, but also it's about planning for protection. You need to start to build this little shelter for those that you love, and for the things that you value now. You need to start now in order to protect it later, because then it can be too late. I mean, the rain is starting to fall down now, but he has finished, because he started before. He started when the weather was good. So think big, Sagittarius. Think ahead. All right? Now Capricorn. You have 5 of Swords. I know people don't like this card, and I don't really like it too. But I need to say this. There are no good or bad cards in tarot. You just need to understand the meaning of the card. Whether it's upright or reversed. All the dangers and possibilities that the card brings. So don't be afraid of 5 of Swords here, because here I feel that it can be a crucial moment for you as far as your spiritual path, your spiritual place in the world is concerned. Perhaps you were avoiding making tough decisions and really standing by your side, by yourself, in order to maintain peace, in order to be diplomatic. Perhaps you were waiting for something to dissolve by itself, because I think many Capricorns does this, and it's wise. I think it's wise. But now I think there comes the time when you need to draw a line. And this is Five of Swords. This is really knowing that there are some losses necessary here, but you need to draw the line and you need to make a decision. So if you are, for example, working for an institution that is ethically corrupt and rotten, and maybe you were thinking that you may change it from the inside, or perhaps you were thinking that it will change by itself, or that you will cope to do good things anyway. Now it can be a time to say, stop, I don't want to do this anymore. It can be your workplace, it can be your faith, it can be your religion, it can be your any kind of social or organization that you're part of. You can part during this time. You can say, stop, I won't take it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. I take my swords, I take my wolves. I'm a free spirit, and I know I can do things better. I know I can be more true to myself and true to the world and true to all beautiful ideas that I believe in. So be courageous. It's about courage to stand by what's dear to you, by what's important for you. All right? Why do I say all right all the time? I don't know. Don't ask me, please. The Aquarius, you have Emperor, which is great. Another major arcana in this concoction. This is bringing structure to the world and also making decisions. You can also start something, because this card is associated with Aries, and Aries is the first sign of zodiac. It's a cardinal sign. So you may start something on your spiritual path, something new. If not, you may bring order to your spiritual path. You may see your responsibilities in a very bright and clear way. Yeah, the clarity of vision is here. And knowing what you have to do and what you want to do and doing it. So, beautiful energy for you. Pisces, you have 10 of Pentacles. So, whatever your reflection upon this spiritual thing, spiritual path is, it's gonna strengthen your system. 10 of Pentacles talks, of course, it talks about wealth, but wealth is just the tip of the iceberg here. And what's really interesting is that what's beneath it, what is constituting, creating. What is creating the iceberg? What's beneath the level of water? And there's a mass of things there. That's why I call this card a system. Usually it requires many people to create wealth, and perhaps many generations. So you are part of the system, and whatever your conclusion here is, it's gonna bring more stability to it, and more wealth and more abundance. Not only for you, but also for those that are around you, that are creating this system with you. So beautiful, beautiful energy. Then we have Aries. Aries, time of harvest and time of evaluation. So I think it's good to stop for a while, dear Aries. You're always on the move, but now please stop. I think this month, all of December is very good for you to stop and take a breath and take a look, take a closer look to what you're growing here, what you're growing on your spiritual path. Does it rise to expectations? If yes, continue. If no, try to change something. Turn around, turn right, turn left, make a tunnel, fly, whatever. But if it doesn't really serve you, if you work and work and work and you don't see growth, because you can see growth here. If you don't see growth, give up on this. Try something else. If you see, continue. Okay, then Taurus. And Taurus has 6 of Pentacles, and this is your card, Taurus. So you're very much in your element. I think whatever your conclusion here is on this spiritual thing, it's nurturing, I feel. You can find yourself in a situation where you give someone else food. And it doesn't have to be material food. It can be food for thought. It can be food for a soul. It can be food for heart. Whatever it is, and wherever you are, because you can be the giver, you can be the receiver, it doesn't really matter. It brings joy. Look at these people. Everyone is happy here. They're happy because they received something. He's happy because he's giving something. So no matter the situation, what's important here is openness to giving and taking. Keep your channel open and be in the present here. And enjoy whatever you're taking and whatever you're giving. Also, beautiful energy. Most of signs have beautiful energies. Gemini, you have Knight of Cups, so I feel the need to share whatever you discover on your spiritual path, and however it plays out, because it may play out in a very creative way. I think it's a great time for artists, by the way. I didn't tell you this, but it is, definitely. So if you feel the urge to create something during this time, do it, and then share it, show it to others. It can be very spontaneous. It doesn't have to be something really big. It can be a little thing, but it's going to bring joy and the flow of feeling and the movement of the heart. Then we have Cancer. Three of hearts, I wanted to say. No, the heart is 1 and the swords are 3. Again, don't be afraid of this card. It's a great card. I know many tarot readers say, oh no, 3 of Swords, broken heart, the pain. Yes, there is pain. But you finally know why. This is the card of recognition of the problem. You know what's going on, and you finally know what to do to remove those swords. Perhaps you finally realize that you need to remove them, that it's impossible to keep them in the heart and keep it beating, because it would never heal. If you keep those swords stick in this, the wound will be always regenerating. So you need to remove them. This is the first step to healing, all right? And you can see the light of insight here. The darkness is broken. The dark is passing here. So you may come to a bitter conclusion here, but you see it clearly and you know what to do. You know. I like this energy. It's a really, I don't want to say severe, but serious. It's serious. Leo, you also have serious energy. You appear as a Hierophant, so you may be a part of this. You may be, for example, an important part of this faith, of this religion, of this hierarchy we are talking about. You may play an important role in this. So it's even more necessary for you to take a step back and look. Who am I in this? What kind of spiritual leader I am for myself or for others? Because this Hierophant looks really grim. You cannot see the face, so it's like an institution. It's inhumane. And he's holding this, what's the name for it? Well, the tool of torture, no matter how it is called. But it's here to cause pain, to cause suffering, and to make those people afraid of you or of the institution you work for, whatever. So be very careful. Are you here, or perhaps you're one of them, not really wanting to be in this place? Perhaps you're hiding something from society, like she's hiding this crescent moon behind her back. Perhaps all your family, for example, is Christian, perhaps Catholic from the place where I come from. The majority of people are Catholic, and I also was brought up as Catholic, Roman Catholic. So it really demands courage to break out of this and find your own spiritual path. But it's good to reflect upon this. Do I want to be a part of this? Is it mine? Is it really mine? Does it really speak to my heart? Or perhaps I feel more pagan, for example, or pantheist, or whatever. It's always a good day to ask yourself these questions. Am I here because I want to be, or do I really only conform, you know? And how do I serve? Whom do I serve? So a very serious energy here for Leo. Doesn't have to be pleasant, but it may be very important. I like the energy for Virgo very, very much. The Chariot, especially in this deck, because usually we see two horses and we see the... So we usually see two horses, an earthy prince conquering the world. Here it's quite different. You can see the lotus flower. That for me is a depiction of the heart. And this heart is taken to heaven, amongst the stars, towards the better future, breaking everything that needs to be broken, and really high up above the clouds, above the earth. So it's very much about ancession, I think, for you. You can feel that you really trespass something that was difficult to trespass before, perhaps. And it's exhilarating. So, beautiful energy for Virgo. Also, another beautiful energy for Libra. It's a little, I feel it's similar to Piscean energy. Four of Wands is about creating stability and feeling safe and being at home and being happy, being with the ones you love and celebrating with them. It can be knowing someone better and making a bond between two people or more people and being happy with what you create. So perhaps you can feel a spiritual sisterhood or brotherhood with others that is making you really, really happy during this time. All right. And finally we have Scorpio, and I was hoping that this card will appear in the reading, and here it is, Star. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful because you Scorpio, you have wonderful opportunity to feel yourself in the right time and in the right place and really blessed with whatever you're doing, because you feel that life goes as it should and you're doing what you should, and that you were blessed when you were born, and now you are able to give your gift to the world in the best possible way. You can see how nurturing this energy is. It's coming from above, through the crown chakra, through the whole person, and this person is really giving, adding something very valuable to spiritual world and to a material world, and both worlds are blooming. So whatever you're adding, dear Scorpio, it's very precious. So thank you for this. Enjoy this moment. I think new moons are beautiful times to take a moment or two and be really with yourself and set new intentions towards a new month, because new moons are really good about setting intentions and starting something and planting something. So do it on a deep spiritual level, because I think whatever you're doing on spiritual level, it may seem very high up, but it absolutely influences whatever you're doing down below. It's resonating down below. It's making you choose this and not that. It really influences all your life. So take this moment and be in this moment during new moon. It can be a very short time. It can be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but give it to yourself. Here where I live, December is a very nice month for children, because we give gifts to children, not only on Christmas Eve, but also on night from the 5th to 6th of December. So the 6th of December is called Mikołajki here, and the Santa Claus is, or the angel, depending on the region, or the starlet is giving presents to children. So give yourself a gift. A little bit late, because it's on the 7th of December, but give yourself a gift of mindfulness, meditation, and being in the moment, capturing the beauty of this moment for your spiritual life. I wish you this. I wish you a very beautiful and wonderful new moon and the whole month ahead. And if you haven't seen your readings for December and the new year, you can see them now. I hope I see you in next readings. Blessings and bye-bye.